Good morning. I'm out on my morning walk that I walk up the street and back. I think in a future video I'll explain my daily sunlight exposure routine for sleep and all that kind of stuff, but my daily walk is part of that. But this morning I'm just going to go to the store, and today's a recovery day, so I'm not going to be going on a run this morning. But I will hop with you in the car and explain more about what I'm going to do. So I'm driving in to go to Yvonne's to get some stuff for breakfast. We had leftover tortillas and cheese and stuff from a burrito night a few days back, and so I'm probably gonna make a breakfast burrito. But I need some more stuff to go into it, and so I'm gonna go get that. And I also ran out of milk yesterday because I spilled, and I didn't have that much to begin with. So I'm gonna get both of those. And since today is focused on recovery, I think I'm gonna explain a little bit about my the rule of thumb I use for hydration. I didn't think I did a very good job of it yesterday, and I kind of felt it last night. I had a bit of a headache, and I didn't sleep very well. And I think that has to do with me not having hydrated properly enough. And so I'm going to be better about sticking to my rule, because when I follow it, it works really well. But I'll connect back with you when I make the breakfast, and I'll show you that whole process. Bummer. Color separation was good, but didn't get the shape. I have been using, this was a different cup, and so I didn't have the right amount of milk, and so I didn't have the space to fill it up. But so this is all the stuff I ended up making, and I wanted to put it in the tortilla, but that's way too much for a burrito, and so I'm just gonna make a giant breakfast quesadilla with the cheese. Oh my God, this is so much food. There's bell peppers in there, and there's onions, a lot of bacon, a lot of egg, and obviously a lot of cheese. Let's see if that melts down and it can stick together. I think it turned out pretty good. Pretty good. Got a little salsa, sour cream, guac. I'm happy. All right. Well, that breakfast was good. And I started working on classwork and that kind of stuff since then. But last night I had the idea of bringing out my DJI, I think it's the Mavic Air 2. My brothers and I got this like 2 years ago or something like that. There's a scuff on the top of it right here. Like the first week we got it, we were flying it in the backyard and it ran into the house and it like destroyed one of the propellers and it scuffed up the entire thing. So it has a little bit of character. It's a sweet little portable drone. Yeah. There we go. Let's take this outside. That ended up being way more fun than I thought it'd be. I forgot how much fun it is to fly drones. There wasn't very many people at the park, so I didn't feel like I was intruding too much on other people, which was nice. But I hope that footage came out. We'll see. So I got back and I cannot find a chip reader for a micro SD card. I was able to look at it on the phone, like through the DJI app, but I want to get it on the computer so I can add it into the video. So I have to run to the store to go buy a micro SD card reader. So that's where I'm headed to now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
All right, so I just went up the street to a Walmart to get this stuff, but I also got a tripod so I don't have to keep setting the camera down on like the counter and stuff. The main reason I went was for a chip reader, and it has the old USB and then USB-C for when I get a new, for if I need it for the iPad or for when I buy up to a new MacBook where I'll have USB-C. And what we need is that guy and that guy. Oh, fun. This has old footage from our GoPro. That's what we used it for. This is pretty good footage. So I wanted to touch on a little bit about how I hydrate during the day and like what my protocol is for that. A lot of people use a bunch of different metrics, and they use equations, and you can use online calculators and stuff, which all kind of serve the purpose for whatever it is you need to do for your water intake. But what I do have a solid rule of thumb for is how much water to replenish if you're exercising. So a lot of people do like you do your body weight in pounds, divided by 2, make that ounces, and then that's how much water you should consume in a day. Like I'm 185 pounds, divide that by 2, it's roughly 90 ounces of water a day. That's the approximation that a lot of people use, which is pretty decent. So striving for 100 ounces a day is good. And this bottle is 24 ounces. So 4 of these will basically get you there, that kind of thing, which is a lot more water than a lot of people think, in my estimation. But what there is some concrete evidence for is using an equation that was dubbed the Galpin Equation. There's a Dr. Andy Galpin, who came up with this equation from his, from my understanding, he came up with it through his research on all of this. I learned about it from someone called Dr. Andrew Huberman. He's out of Stanford Medical School, and he has a really good podcast called the Huberman Lab. And he talks a lot about fitness, health, and like, plasticity, like everything you can concern yourself with the body and mind. He talks about it. And this is where I learned that. So what that equation is so the Galpin equation, your body weight in pounds divided by 30 equals the amount of water in ounces per 15 minutes of exercise. So what does that mean? So we can take someone's body weight, we'll do mine because this is applicable to me. So it's 185 pounds divided by 30. We don't have to worry about the units so much here because we're just kind of getting rid of the units, but that's just the metric. So that comes out to about 6.2 ounces of water. So it's your body weight divided by 30 is how much water per 15 minutes. So if I exercise for 15 minutes, I need an additional 6-ish ounces to replenish the water that I lost during that. But rarely do I only ever do 15 minutes. So what I want to say is, okay, well, it's that much times 4 to get me up to 1 hour of exercise. So 16.2 times 4 is actually right around 20, it's just 24.8, but right around that 24 ounce mark, which again, I said this is 24 ounces. So this works out really well. Hydro Flask happened to make the exact size that I need per hour of working out that I need to replenish my fluids. And so if you are someone that is struggling with staying hydrated and you don't feel like you're rehydrating properly after working out, try using this equation, which again is your body weight in pounds divided by 30. And that is the number of ounces, fluid ounces of water you need per 15 minutes of exercise. The days that I stick to this, I find that I don't have any hydration problems, but days like yesterday where I didn't hydrate properly, because right after my workout, I had that meeting and stuff, and I just didn't think about just chug the water down. And it works for me where I can get up in the morning and I have the first quarter of my water first thing. I have a big cup for 20, that's about 20 ounces of water, and I just slug that down immediately. That works for me, but it works differently for different people. But I'm gonna link below to the podcast that I heard this from, the Huberman Lab podcast, where I heard about the Galpin equation. Because once I started listening to this stuff, it really, really changed how I train and all of that good stuff. All right, I think I'm gonna end it there. Today ended up being really, really fun doing the drone and all that kind of stuff. And tomorrow I'm going back to work. And so I had kind of like a 3-day weekend in the middle of the week. And so I was able to spend more time doing this, but tomorrow will be a real test of going into work, but then when I get home from work, still recording and still doing my workout and all that stuff. But it's been really, really fun, and I'm glad I got the drone out. So hopefully I can film while I'm running and that kind of stuff, or on my bike and just kind of get cool B-roll footage. But if you watched, thank you for watching. And I really hope that the explanation of the hydration helped someone, because again, that really helped me when I did that kind of stuff. So if you watched, thank you. And I'll be back here tomorrow, regardless if people are here or not. So see you then.